I was just like in the mood. I was having a hankering for some KOF 13.
Were you?
I
Were you getting a
was.
hankering because of its beautiful, beautiful sprites?
Its sprites are so pretty that it wasn't just that necessarily. But they are gorgeous. They're very gorgeous. And, the system in place had to be, I suppose, like they didn't have these giant move lists, but the system allows you to link moves together. And they did what they could based on the fact that, these sprites are so gorgeous. So, anyway. uh, leave the man alone.
I argued with him for a while.
Leave
about
him
those
to his
sprites.
takes. Let him be. It's fine. It's
Like,
okay.
you can't have the sprites; they're too expensive. And I'm like, I guess they should have spent more money then.
Actually, what really led me to it was more so Juicebox retweeted a great article that someone was writing about like getting into the system in 13 and basically learning how to use the HD cancels and how to properly, do some of those really advanced trials and shit. And the meme forever is people putting a screenshot of basically like if someone's on Twitch doing KOF 13 trials, like they're flexing the highest execution possible. And so when you see a fucking edit of Bernie Sanders in the corner, like, because this is the direction that we're going now, is everyone's getting into streaming. Welcome to the Burn Barn. We're doing advanced HD cancel loops today. Leave a donation, please subscribe. This article kind of just talked about some of that stuff and things that kind of lead to the touch of death in that game, but the execution is high enough that essentially, while you knew about the touch of death and a lot of the crazier things in the game, it would end up being far beyond the reach of most people that were casually playing, and B,
way beyond.
And B, touch of death in a game that's a team-based game like Marvel or so is not as big a deal because you still got to think about your resources for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
So I was basically in the mood to just go back and tighten up like some of the stuff that I do remember and kind of revisit some of those trials and just have some fun with it. So yeah, I spent a couple days just messing around with the system
Those
in 13
pretty sprites.
and those pretty sprites, and I enjoyed looking at them while simultaneously just thinking about how absolutely unforgiving the combo system is in this game, and how it's just this. When they made it, they basically went, "Is this going to happen often to people who are not excellent players?" No, but that's okay, because if you care enough, you will get good enough to do this consistently. And it's one of the last games that was just like, really like, we're not going to hold your hand. If you do a jump in and you land a hit, that's nice. But if you didn't land it deep enough, your opponent's not going to be staggered long enough for you to combo them. Every other game,
super deep.
Yeah, every other game is allowing you to jump in and hit somebody and then get your combo. Here, if your shit is not aiming for the waist, then you're getting nothing for your efforts,
And that's okay because you have short hops.
Yes, which means you have to do it even faster and tighter and be more precise.
Hey, you know what? I want to say happy 25th anniversary to King of Fighters. The fucking series that started in 94. Wait, what? That's fucking stupid.
Oh, shit. Wait, yeah, I guess. Yeah, damn. Huh. Years are hard.
Dumb.
Years are hard. Anyway, yeah, don't think about it. It's also a game where you got links, and those links must be crispy, and you cannot mash. You must be precise. So anytime you're hoping to, not think about a segment of a combo and just kind of like turn your brain off and, get it at the next available opportunity by mashing through it, fuck off. Not going to happen. And even to the point where the HD cancels, which you're doing between certain strings, are they're precisely timed enough that if you do them at the wrong time, they won't give you the a forward momentum dash to continue your combo. So all of this comes together to just end up being like, again, one of the last unforgiving games.
I'm just thinking in like the back of my head, the phrase "this combo requires a micro walk" is just playing in the back of my mind.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Okay, you're doing your Ash Crimson corner flash kick loops? Well, you got to run back in to do your 4HK or your 4D before you like fucking flash kick again. Like the button, you look at the notation and it says just do 4D and then flash kick, 4D and then flash kick. But when you look at the demo, you're like, no, you got to run back in there. Or in some cases, you got micro walks.
You have to do a micro run.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have micro walks and you play like Fong, you can get crazy extra damage in between some hits.
I hate it.
To quote Kevin Landon, aka Dominion, the micro walks separate the men from the boys.
Such a stupid quote.
It's the realest shit ever. You want an extra little bit of damage that'll make the difference between winning and losing the round? You fucking get that micro walk in. Because anytime you lose and it was close, that would have taken it. Whenever you look at the life bar and you think, oh, that little bit of damage left on the table would have ended it by now, then that's on you, Yeah, so that being said, even though it's that hard and even though it's it takes some effort, it is learnable, it is doable, but it requires patience. And by the point that you're breaking it up into segments and you're going through, all the usual ways which you do like extended combos in any particular game, as usual, you come out the other side, and by the time you're doing it, it's very satisfying, it's very fun, and even though you're not necessarily going to be able to convert into that specific combo in the middle of a round, you'll be able to do part of it if you get that opportunity, So, KOF15, thank you.
This is going to be a weird statement, but hopefully all of that shit will not matter at all. KOF15 just got shown off a little bit. And
it did.
It's possible that it will have rollback
Maybe.
Let me try that again. It's possible that it will have good internet online play because of the rollbacks, which would be nice.
I guess, whatever. I can't see any news about 15 without immediately getting sad about Saudi Arabia. So
no,
I don't I'm surrounded by it, and every time I see it, I get bummed out and I go, well, maybe it'll have whatever, but quite frankly, I kind of would like some clarification on that issue. And I guess I'm just going to be that guy that brings up the bummer that is not that we're not talking about anymore, but this is where I'm at. And I also notice when there's a weird level of non-conversation happening amongst FGC people that did talk about it when it first happened, but then there's a little bit of deafening silence, So I don't know. Anyway, they announced a bunch of stuff because there was that.
Cool.
And I'm sorry. It's what it is. It's not my fault.
Nope.
The PS4 port of 14 getting rolled back and shit, and that sucks because I kind of hope that like 13 basically only got to PS4 and PS5 in the form of the streaming service PS Now, whereas the Steam version is like still around, but literally like might not even work if you have it installed on a hard drive where the partition is bigger than 2 terabytes. Like the Steam version of KOF 13, I bought it and it just would not boot because it was not meant to run on modern large hard drives. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that thing's fucky.
So I would really love if
real fucky.
It'd be great if the PS3 version of that could run on PS4. It'd be nice, but it is what it is.
I would like to take a moment to actually defend you, Woolie, for a moment.
Oh.
As I saw a comment, and this isn't the first time I've seen this comment, which was, Woolie, you can't punish SNK because somebody you don't like bought them.
No ethical consumption under capitalism, yes.
No, that's not even where I was going to go. And it is like, Woolie doesn't owe SNK his fucking money. It's not an assumption that he would buy a video game product by default. It has nothing to do with punishment. That's so ridiculous. He or I or you am allowed to buy whatever the fuck we want or don't. It's so stupid.
Yeah, you're also allowed to make your own decisions on whether you're, whether like on your comfort levels with all of this and go accordingly. Like that's why it's the type of thing where I'm always referring to it as having a conversation about it, because I'm not going to sit here. If you interpret me bringing this up as me coming up and decrying that you are all to be shamed for getting hype about this game and wanting to give them your money and purchase it and play it and enjoy it, then you're taking the wrong thing from this, and you're putting your own message down. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is
completely right. You are not the type of person to do that. I am the type of person to do that.
What I am saying is it should be a conversation at the bare fucking minimum. At least talk about it, and at least know that it's a thing, and that's all. Like, if you're going to decide, hey, this is where it goes, and in the end, like, the developers are more part of the equation than the person who they didn't have control over buying their stock, and that's what you go on, then that's what you go on. If that's where you're at, then that's fine. But, there's a level of pushback from some people that just come on and go, oh, fuck you, Woolie, what about the Uyghurs? And it's like, if you're coming at it with that point of view, like, you're already taking a stance that basically, I'm not going to argue with your decision. You go, that's fine, but I am going to bring it up because it's the first thing that comes up to mind every time I see a new product coming out related to SNK. It's the first thing that comes to mind because I'm fucking depressed about it, and I mean, whether you want to look at it as like, okay, what's your degree of like how much bullshit is in where your dollar gets stretched? It's like, is your dollar supporting crunch time for a company? Yeah, that's garbage. Is that enough for you to decide that you're not going to purchase a product? It might be, but for most people I know it seems to not be. And then, like, to what connection point do you describe, where China plays a role in the purchasing of a game that's involved with Tencent, for example? And there's degrees of separation, and I think that the level of separation with this particular topic with SNK is extremely close. It's closer than I'd like it to be than any other circumstance. You can't necessarily, it's a little bit harder to separate them from the other examples I just gave. So that's why it ends up playing a constant role in this discussion for me. That's why I bring it up. But by no means am I gonna sit there and tell you that your point should be where mine is. But I'm gonna bring up the topic no matter what.
Well, you say that we should be society, but you live in society, idiot. Whatever. I don't care now.
Yet you still participate in society. Interesting. Yes. Something to that effect.
Woolie says that he hates bad thing, but he by phone evil. Right. It's like, yes, no, there's no winning. The point, there's no winning. We're fucked. That's not the realizing that we're fucked is not an abdication of, like, it's not a shrug the shoulder. Well, I guess we're fucked, so no point thinking about it at all.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
No, it's again, it's just this is something that has been a part of my life for a very long time. Is just become this uncomfortable thing. So, and the more cynical are out there, they're like going like, oh, fuck you, you're gonna fucking buy and play it anyway. And it's like, okay, if you say so, maybe not. I don't think that your take is necessarily gonna fucking land the same way this time, buddy. But anyway, it's just my timeline is nothing but KOF hype for 15 right now, and I identify again one single tweet prior to my mention of it that like revisited the news from November. One. And I kind of just am like, man, like not even a discussion, huh? And I say this as someone
why don't you just like steal it?
Yeah. That was brought up.
Is that a solution?
That was brought up. Someone was just like, oh yeah, well, hey, just fucking don't give them the money then and play it anyway, right? And it's like, oh, I don't have the ability to navigate this fucking this minefield. I
steal it. No one will ever know.
Yeah. That was a wild fucking yar. Just but anyway, I say this.
No, I don't mean. No, I didn't say pirate it. I said like hang out outside of Best Buy, and when some kid comes out with his copy of KOF15, you punch that kid in the face and run.
Because when you hang out outside of Best Buy, that's likely going to be the game a kid walks out of there with.
I don't know. Somebody's got to buy it, right? That's not true at all, actually.
The fuck are you talking about?
The KOF game? Oh my god.
The one that I fucking hassled the downtown game stop for
that whole saga was so ridiculous.
It was like 12 weeks after launch, possibly. Every single week being told it'll be here next Thursday. Don't worry. Like, just anyway. I had a point. I was just gonna say that. What was I gonna say? Yeah. It would be significantly less weird if, like, it wasn't not mentioned at all. If it, and I'm saying this as somebody who fucking sat down with the producer and director of Sam Show and have spoken to and talked to and like gotten closer with like people that are affiliated with SNK and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it feels really bad,
I miss when I was like,
I'm gonna play right now. I'm like, I'm gonna play what I fucking bought and enjoy where we're at right now. But like, and it seems as if, based on the way like things have gone with like the WWE and stuff like that, like it doesn't ever have to come up again. And they don't owe, they seem to not, like anytime something like this goes down, they don't owe an explanation. So they just kind of like power through it, and it is what it is. And, it's just going to be in this weird place where, are you playing Left 4 Dead 2 as a part of the Left 4 Dead 2 boycott on Steam group? And then that's the only question. Whatever, right? Where do your ethics, morals, and fucking feelings lie on these matters? Blah. We just swerved, but yeah, KOF13 combos, fun. Might do that this week for getting to fighting games, I think.